So we'll start seated. And if you have something that you can sit against, like a wall, then sit yourself against a wall. And as usual, if you want to sit up on a block, then sit yourself up on a block. If you don't have a wall or anything to rest against, then don't worry. And if you do have a wall, then draw the crown of the head back. So the crown of the head is maybe not touching right to the wall, but certainly drawing towards it. And put the back of the shoulders into the wall or whatever it is that you're resting on. And then let the shoulders settle away from the ears and bring the palms facing up on your thighs. And then close your eyes. Take a really big deep breath all the way down into your low belly. And exhale out of your mouth. Take another couple of breaths like that. And if you're resting on the wall, then allow some of the weight of your body to lean in and to be supported. And then moving your attention and see if you can breathe into the sides of your ribs. And breathe out, draw the low belly in towards the spine, gently. Breathe in, expand the sides of the ribs. Breathe out, draw the low belly in towards the spine. Adding a breath hold, breathe in, expand the sides of the ribs. Hold the breath in and breathe out, draw the low belly in and hold the breath out. Breathe in, expand the sides of the ribs. Hold the breath in. Breathe out, draw the belly in, soften the shoulders, and hold the breath out. 2 more like that. Breathing in, expanding the sides of the ribs. Relax your jaw and your forehead. Hold the breath. Breathe out, let the body sink down into the ground and hold the breath out. 1 more breath. And then coming back to an easy breath in and out. Seeing if you can pick up where it is that you most obviously feel your breath. So it doesn't have to be the sides of the ribs, it doesn't have to be the belly. Just do like a bit of an inward exploration and see if you can find out where it is that you can feel your breath as it moves in and out. You don't have to strain or try super hard. It's a kind of gentle bringing into your awareness of what's going on the inside. And as we move through our practice today, one of the intentions that I've been working with this week is practicing ease. So it's really easy to get into struggle and to try really hard and to kind of push yourself. And maybe that's what you're in the mood for this evening. If so, that's really welcome. But what I'm going to be working with is the idea of trying a little bit less hard and just letting my body find its shapes. Maybe even just bringing a lot of relaxation into the shapes that I find myself in. Good. And we'll come into a child's pose. If child's pose isn't comfortable for you, then take a seated position, any comfortable seat. And if you want to put your blanket underneath your ankle, sorry, above your ankles, underneath your sitting bones, then you can do. And just let the forehead come down towards the ground. And if you can, find something for the forehead to rest on. So if the forehead doesn't automatically reach the ground, then prop your hands underneath it. And take the breath all the way down into the low back. And then we'll move over to the left-hand side. If you're seated, do a seated side bend. So walk the hands over towards the left, then bring the torso over the left thigh. Keep the head relaxed down. And breathe all the way down into the right side of the low back. Feeling a lengthening with your inhale and a softening with your exhale. And then come back through center, over to the other side, walking both of the hands over to the right. Feeling a lengthening with your inhale all the way down the left side of the body. And then a softening, allowing the hips to settle with your exhale. If you're in a seated side bend, coming to the other side. And then coming back to center. And coming up onto the hands and the knees and walking the knees in a little bit so the knees are under the hips. The hands are under the shoulders. We're in a tabletop. And then we'll just gently take some circles around the wrists. And as you do that, making some big circles with your hips. So you can do a seated cat-cow if you're in a seated position and that feels more comfortable for you. Take your circles the other way. Good, then coming into a twist, root down through the left hand. Inhale, reach the right arm up into the air. And then exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left. Come onto the outside of the right side of the face. If you're seated, you can do a seated twist here. Breathe in to the space in between the shoulder blades. And breathe out, allow the shoulders to soften. Allow the jaw to soften. Come back to center. Inhale, reach the left arm up into the air. And exhale, thread the left arm underneath. Come onto the outside of the left side of the face. And again, breathe into the space in between the shoulder blades. And breathe out. Send the hips back a little bit so you're lengthening your torso. Coming back to the feeling sense of the breath. Good, and then coming back to center, walking the knees a little bit behind the hips and bringing the shoulders over the wrists, so at like the top of a push-up, but the knees are down. Take an inhale and spread the space in between the shoulder blades. And exhale, bend the elbows in alongside the waist, come half the way down. Inhale, push through the hands, straighten the arms. Exhale, come half the way down or just as far down as feels good. Inhale, Push through the hands, straighten the arms. This time, exhale, come all of the way down. Bring the hands in front of the shoulders. Push through the tops of the feet and push through the pubic bone. As you inhale, keep pushing through the tops of the feet, push through the pubic bone, and lift your chest up. Exhale, lengthen the chest forwards and down. Option to try the next two without your hands. So inhale, lift the chest up, keep pushing through the tops of the feet and the pubic bone. You're not using the hands. Exhale, bring the chest forwards and down. One more. Exhale, come down and push back onto your hands and your knees. And just take a little bit of movement, either in a cat-cow or just any other movement around your shoulders, around your hips. Good, coming back into stability, and inhale, send the right leg out behind you. And exhale, if that right hip is hiked up into the air, bring it back to center so the hips are in line, and draw the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, send the right leg back out. Exhale, curl the knee in. One more of those, inhale. Exhale, curl the knee in, bring the forehead towards the knee, and then step your right foot forwards and bring your arms up with an inhale. And exhale, come into a cactus position with the arms. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And then exhale, push through your feet, twist towards the right with your upper body only, the lower body staying still. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist your belly over your right thigh. One more like that. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist the belly over the right thigh. Bring the left hand down and reach the right arm up for an easy twisting lunge. Inhale, spread the space between the shoulder blades. And exhale, push down through your right foot and the top of the left foot. And draw the right shoulder blade towards the spine. Good, release the right hand down, come back into tabletop. I should have said, if you want blankets underneath your knees, then put blankets underneath your knees. Inhale, send the left leg out behind you. I'm just getting used to this ease thing. Exhale, hug the left knee in towards the chest. Inhale, send the left leg out. Exhale, hug the left knee in, drawing the low belly in. Inhale, send the left leg out. Exhale, hugging it in, and then stepping the left foot forwards. Inhale, push through your feet, reach the arms up, and exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, breathe into the sides of the ribs. And exhale, twist your belly over your left thigh. So I'm pushing really strongly through the top of my back foot and the sole of my front foot. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. One more. Exhale to twist. And then release the right hand down, reach the left arm up. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs with your breath. And exhale, allow the neck and the jaw to soften. And see if you can still push through both of your feet and see what happens to your upper body when you do that. Good. Release the left hand down and step back into a tabletop and then come into a plank. So your plank today could be On your hands, it could be with your forearms down, could be with your knees down. We'll take an inhale with our plank, and then exhale, push through the hands, lift up to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forwards to a plank position. Option to exhale, hover the knees off the mat. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, draw the belly in, downward facing dog. Again, inhale to plank. Option, exhale, hover the knees. Inhale, lift the knees up. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more like that. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale, hover. Inhale, draw the belly in, lengthen the tailbone. And exhale, downward facing dog. And just take a couple of breaths in your downward facing dog and find a position that feels like you could stay there for a good few breaths and allow your weight to come back into your feet. So you might need to bend your knees a lot to do that. And then find stillness and take 3 deep breaths. Push through the hands on the inhale. And exhale, allow the chest to sink back towards the thighs. Soften the back of the neck. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards. And exhale, step or jump into a seated position. And then come down onto your back for some abs. And if you have a block, grab your block. So bring your knees up over your hips with your shins, your knees bent. If you've got a block, place the block long ways on the front of the left thigh and bring the left forearm onto the block. If you don't have a block, just bring the left hand onto the left thigh. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push the low back down, push the left hand into the thigh or block, and push the thigh back in towards you. So it's like an opposing action. Pull the belly in. Inhale, relax the belly. Exhale, push the low back down, push thigh towards hand or block. Pull the belly down. One more this side. Exhale, push the low back down, push hand towards thigh, thigh towards hand, draw the belly down. Good, switching over, bringing the right hand to the right thigh or the right forearm onto the block. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push the low back down, push right hand or forearm into thigh, pull the low belly down. And relax the jaw. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, push hand into thigh or block, pull the low belly down. One more. Exhale, push hand into thigh, pull the low belly down, spread the toes. Good, release the feet down. Take an inhale into your belly. And an exhale out of your mouth. Good. Bring your knees back up. Again, same thing, but this time we're going to take the opposite arm to the block. So my block is on my left thigh and my right forearm is on the block. Or the right hand is on the left thigh. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, push right forearm towards left thigh and left thigh towards right forearm. Pull the belly down. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, push right forearm towards left thigh. Push the low back down. Draw the low belly in. One more. Exhale, push low back down. Thigh towards forearm. Pull the belly down. And switching over, back of left forearm or left hand onto the right thigh. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push the left forearm towards right thigh. Push the right thigh back towards the left forearm. Pull the belly down. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, push the low back down. Left forearm towards thigh, thigh towards forearm. Pull the belly down. One more, inhale. Exhale, push low back down, thigh towards forearm, forearm towards thigh, pull the belly down. Good, release the feet, release the block, and take another inhale or two into your belly. And for me, doing abs with my head down kind of switches it up and means I can't compensate with my neck. But it's also good to try and relax my jaw a little bit more. Bring your block in between your thighs. If you haven't got a block, don't worry. We'll set out for bridge. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push through the feet, lift the hips up into the air and squeeze the block. And see if you can find a position here where your knees are reaching forwards, the chest is open, but there's still space for the neck. So if you're too high up, the neck will be kind of squeezed and crunched up. So find the right level. And then as you breathe in, expand the sides of the ribs. As you breathe out, squeeze the block, push down through the feet, and relax the jaw. Option to extend the right leg forwards towards the front of the mat. Keep squeezing the block. If this doesn't feel easeful or what you need, then don't do it. Release the right foot down. Option to switch over, extending the left leg forward. Keep squeezing the block. And feel into where the breath is. Bring the left foot down. Take an inhale at the top. And exhale, curl the upper, middle, and lower part of the back down to the ground. Move the block out the way and just allow the knees to move from side to side. So gently stretching out the side body. Good. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And then start to rock yourself forwards and backwards. We're going to eventually come into a standing forward fold. So you might want to use your hands to get there. You might be able to do that without using your hands. And bring your feet a little bit wider than hips width distance apart. Put as much of a bend in your knees as you need to let the upper body relax down towards the ground. So allow the neck to be free. As you inhale, fill the low back with the breath. As you exhale, soften the back of the head and the back of the neck. Maybe nodding the head, shaking the head. And if you can, imagine you're filling the breath up from the ground with the inhale, and with the exhale, you're letting go in the upper body, letting go in the jaw. Really getting a sense of landing into your body, into this moment. Good, and then gently, keep a soft bend in the knees, push through the feet, draw the belly in, and roll yourself up to standing. So make any little shakes or movements that you need to make when you come to standing, and then come to the top of the mat and bring the hands together in front of the heart space. And then get a sense of drawing the front of your chest up. And at the same time, if that means that you're crunching your low back, you're lengthening the sitting bones, the tailbone down. And as you inhale, expand the sides of the ribs. As you exhale, soften the shoulders and draw the belly in. Coming back to this intention of being at ease with the breath, at ease with the pose, or with any other intention that you're working with in your practice. Inhale, reach the arms up into the air for sun salutations. Exhale, fold forwards and draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, come back into a plank position. Take an inhale here. And exhale, hover the knees off the mat. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, hover the knees, draw the belly in. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, hover the knees, then drop the knees down. Keep the elbows bent, lower down to your belly. Inhale, push through the tops of the feet, push through the pubic bone, come up into cobra. And exhale, lengthen the heart forwards and down. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhale, push through the tops of the feet, push through the pubic bone, lift the chest up. Exhale, soften the shoulders, bring the chest down. Inhale, breathe into the sides of the ribs, maybe down into the belly. And exhale, come down, push back into downward facing dog. Take an inhale through your nose and an exhale out through your mouth. Come back to the feeling sense of the breath and see if you can allow this pose to be free of struggle. So see if you can find some softness with your breath, with the pose. Inhale, bend the knees, look forwards. Exhale, step or jump top of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, push through the feet, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold forwards, belly draws in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to step or jump back, lowering yourself down towards the ground. Inhale into your back bend, push through the tops of the feet. And exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up into the air. And exhale, come forwards into a plank position. Keep the right leg lifted. This can all be done with the left knee down. Inhale here. Exhale, hug the right knee in towards the nose. Inhale, straighten the right leg out. Exhale, hug the right knee in. Inhale, straighten the right leg out, lift up to 3-legged dog. And exhale, this time step the right foot forwards, push through both of your feet, and come up into a high lunge. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale out through the mouth, soften the shoulders. And then cactus the arms. Same things with the twist going over the right thigh. So inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, push through your feet and then twist the belly over the right thigh. Inhale to center. Exhale, push through your feet, twist the belly over the right thigh. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist. And then bring your palms together and hook your left elbow over your right thigh. You can bring the left knee down if that feels better. As you inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push the left upper arm into the right thigh. And see if you can twist the center of your chest towards your hands. Keep reaching out through that left heel, the back foot. From here, we're going to come into a twisted chair pose. So look down at your right foot, and maybe you walk your back foot in or step your back foot in. And then we're in a twisted chair pose. Good. Bring the hands together in front of the chest. Inhale, stand up, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Close your eyes and take a breath. And again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Either coming through a vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. So check in and feel what feels better for your body in this moment. And we'll take a horse breath in downward facing dog. So inhale through the nose and exhale, shaking the head, shaking the lips. One more like that. Inhale, reach the left leg up into the air. And exhale, come forwards into a plank position. The left leg stays lifted. Option, of course, for the right knee to be down. Take another inhale here. And exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, reach the left foot away. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach the left foot away, come up into three-legged dog. And exhale, step the left foot forwards, push through the feet, reach the arms up into a high lunge. And then cactus the arms. Inhale, push through the feet. And exhale, twist your belly over your left thigh. So you're pushing back through your right foot. Inhale to center. And the lower body staying stable. Exhale, twist the belly over the left thigh. And again, inhale to center. Exhale, twisting the belly. Bring the hands together and hook your right elbow over the left thigh. Coming into your twisted lunge, reaching back with the right heel. And inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, twist the center of the chest towards the hands. Good. Maybe lift the corners of the mouth into a smile. And then stepping into twisted chair pose. Look down and see if the knees are in line, and if they're not, Try and line them up. Good. And then come into standing forward fold. Bring the thumbs to the inner elbows and just let the upper body go. And soften the back of the neck. And from here, we're going to come down into a squat. So turn the toes out a little bit. The heels in, and either you're up on your tiptoes or the soles of the feet are down. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left thigh and reach the right arm up into the air. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, let go in the left side of the neck. And squeeze the right shoulder blade towards the spine. Good, gently come back up, switch over to the other side. Back of the right hand towards the ground, reaching the left arm up into the air. Let go in the neck. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, draw the left shoulder blade in towards the spine. Good, come back to center. Release the head down, bring the hands out in front of you, or come into a standing fold. And take some deep breaths down into your low back, your low belly, your hips. Good, and then from there, walk back into a plank position. And either come through a vinyasa or take rest. So your rest can be in downward facing dog, it can be in child's pose, it can be in any position for 5 breaths where you feel like you can let the body sink down into the ground. Wherever you are, see if you can tune into the feeling sense of the breath. And allow the jaw and the forehead to soften. Good. Meeting back in a downward facing dog. Inhale, send the right leg up into the air, bend the right knee, open the right hip. And exhale, step the right foot forwards for a warrior 2. And come up and just let the arms relax down. Check in with your feet. The front knee's tracking forwards and you're pushing down through both of your legs. Shoulder shrugs. Inhale, spread the upper back with the breath. Lift the shoulders up and back. And exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, draw them down the back. Inhale, spread the upper back with the breath. Lift the shoulders up and back. And exhale, squeeze them together, draw them down. One more. Exhale, squeeze them together, draw them down. Eagle arms, bring your right elbow underneath your left elbow. Maybe you just want to hold onto your shoulders, or you can bring the backs of the forearms together. As you inhale, breathe into the space in between the shoulder blades. Exhale, push through your feet. Send your elbows forwards. Tune into the breath and allow the jaw and the shoulders to soften again. Coming into a forward fold, so you can either fold into the middle of your legs, if that feels okay, or you can fold much more towards the front leg. See if you can get a sense of that right hip hugging in towards the midline. And then let go in the back of the head and the back of the neck. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, push through the feet. Let the neck go. And then coming into a lizard lunge, bringing both of the hands down to the inside of your right foot. Option to drop the left knee down. If the left knee is up, see if you can reach away through that left heel. And as you inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. As you exhale, allow the right hip to soften just gently. Whatever it is that's able to soften there. And that might be like 0.5 millimeter of movement. It's just the intention to bring some softness to the part of the body that's feeling the intensity. Stay with the breath. Release the left knee down and we'll come into pigeon. So walk your right foot across and then bend the right knee. As always, prop underneath your right thigh if you need to. And you can do pigeon on your back if that feels better for your body. Inhale, broaden the ribs, lift the chest up. And then exhale, fold forwards. And again, really getting a sense of allowing the breath to be easy here. Tuning into where you can feel the breath and maybe extending it all the way down to the low back. Good. Bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck the left toes under and push back to downward facing dog. If you'd like to come through another vinyasa here, then you're really welcome to. Inhale, lift your left leg up into the air. Bend the left knee, open the left hip. And exhale, step the left foot forwards for warrior two. Bring the arms out. Put a bend in the elbows for kite hawk. Push down through the feet. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades back. Lift the chest. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades forwards, draw the chin in. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades back, lift the chest. Exhale, rolling forwards. One more. Allowing the movement to be really fluid. And then eagle arms, left elbow underneath the right. As you inhale, spread the space in between the shoulder blades. And exhale, push through the feet. Send the elbows forwards. And then releasing down, either towards the left leg or halfway in between the legs, or just wherever feels good for your body. And you're still pushing down through your feet, so you've got some activation in the muscles around the hips. But seeing if you can let go in the upper body. If this feels really tweaky for your left knee, just parallel the feet. And then release the hands down to the inside of the left foot. Come onto the back toes for a lizard lunge. As you inhale, push through the hands and spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, reach back through the right heel and allow the hips to soften, or sending the intention of softness. And if the jaw is working really hard because the hips feel tight, then see if you can create space in between the teeth at the back of the mouth. The jaw's soft, the forehead soft, maybe even lifting the corners of the mouth for a little smile, because then your jaw can't work quite so hard. Good, coming into pigeon, walking the left foot across. Again, propping up that left hip if you need to. Taking an inhale to lift the chest up. And exhale, fold forwards. Soften through the back of the head, the back of the neck. Obviously, taking pigeon on your back if that feels better. With your inhales, breathe all the way down to where you feel sensation. And with your exhales, let the shoulders and the hips soften. Noticing that flexibility doesn't come with struggle, but comes with a sense of ease and breath. Good. And then push yourself back up and roll onto your left hip. So we're going to take deer pose here. So keep your left knee bent and bring the sole of the left foot towards the right thigh. And then you're bending the right leg, so the right heel is in towards the butt. Then I'm going to twist over to the left side. So you can come down, you can maybe you're onto your hands and you're kind of twisting your upper back. Or maybe you want to come down onto your forearms. Maybe you can bring the chest all the way down to the ground. So just find a position that feels like you've got a twist in a part of your back. But feels nice, not one that feels like tweaky. So if it feels tweaky, come back a step. And see if here you can get a sense of letting the belly go and breathing into the space in between the shoulder blades and around the back of the heart. Maybe taking a breath out through the mouth. And then slowly coming out and switching over the legs. So bringing the sole of the right foot onto the left thigh. And then bending the left knee out behind you. I'm just going to tilt the screen so you can see my feet a bit better. Yeah, that's better. And then this time you're twisting over towards the right side. So again, you can stay on your hands, you can be on your forearms, you can bring your chest down. Taking 5 breaths here. Really noticing the feeling sense of the breath. Good. And then gently coming out and bringing your legs out in front of you, and then bending your right knee and bringing your right foot still to the inside of your left thigh. We'll just take one more twist. So bring the right hand out behind you. Inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, hook your left elbow over the right thigh, or just cradle the right thigh. And see if you can keep your back long here. So inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, soften the shoulders, draw the belly in, but keep pushing down through your feet. Good, come back to center. Take the other side, bend the left foot, left knee. Bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh and the left hand out behind you. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, either cradling that left thigh or hooking your elbow over the left thigh. Breathing into the space at the sides of the ribs. And breathing out, allowing the shoulders to soften, allowing the jaw to soften. Inhale, come back to center. Straighten both of the legs. Reach the arms up. And exhale, take a forward fold. Not focusing on how far you can get, but focusing on whether or not the breath reaches all the way down to the low back and the sitting bones. And with each exhale, maybe the chest sinks just a tiny bit closer towards the thighs. If the back of the neck is holding on, just let go in the back of the neck. And then gently coming back up to seated, reaching the arms out at shoulder height, plugging the shoulders into the sockets, drawing the low belly in, and slowly rolling down onto your back. And hug your knees into your chest. Maybe roll around on the low back. Maybe take a happy baby. Really feeling that sense of fluidity and ease and gentleness as you massage out the back, using the weight of the body to allow the different parts of it to feel and to release. Good, and then bring your feet down, hips width distance apart. And just let the knees drop over towards the right side. Breathing into the left hip, all the way down to the left hip. Inhale, draw the knees back to center. And exhale, draw the knees over to the left side. So a really gentle twist. Inhale, breathing all the way down to the front of the right hip. And then inhale, come back to center. Either bring your feet wide on the mat and let the knees drop in towards the middle. If the low back is sensitive, take that option. Otherwise, you can bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop wide. Option to bring a hand over the belly and a hand over the heart. Really getting a sense of landing here. So as you inhale, sending the breath down to the belly, the hips, the pelvis. As you exhale, allowing that area of your body to soften into the ground. If there's any areas of sensation or pain or stretching, taking the breath to meet that. Meeting it with softness. And then taking the breath into the space around the heart. Feeling the sides, the back, and the front of the heart. And exhaling, softening the jaw, softening the shoulders. And then filling your whole body with your next breath. With your exhale, allowing the whole body to soften. And from here, we'll move into Shavasana. Taking any other movement or a pair of socks or a blanket. And just gently finding yourself a space where you can rest. And whenever you find that still place, then if you're on your back, tuck your tailbone under and shuffle the shoulders away from the ears. And then just gently, gently invite the forehead and the jaw once again to soften. The back of the head and the back of the neck to soften. And in these moments of stillness, if you notice your mind skipping off somewhere else, gently invite it back, just to be with this sense of releasing and relaxing, of letting your body be supported in rest. And if your mind skips off and then you don't notice it, then don't berate yourself for that. Just whenever you do notice it, practice that sense of bringing yourself back to this present moment. Back into being. And slowly, gently start to deepen your breath again. Making some little movements with your fingers and your toes. Maybe taking a stretch. And then giving yourself a squeeze and rolling over to whichever side feels comfortable. And when you get there, just taking a moment to really feel the body settle. And then gently bringing yourself back up into a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together in front of your heart space. Lengthen the back of the neck and lower the gaze. As you breathe in and out, fill the space around the sides and the back of the ribs. Gently tuning into these sensations and present moment experiences that have the quality of being able to draw your attention back to this moment over and over and over again. And the space that that offers. And we'll close with the sound of an Om together. Deep breath in. Thank you all for the privilege. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Take care of yourselves and drink lots of water.